welcome to the stage, it's Charisa Bossinakis.
Well, hello, guys. How are we? You're like, tell your jokes, clown. I've got parking, I need to pee. No, it's very lovely to be here. Some good news, I am newly single. Yes. Anyone newly single at all? All right, fuck you, you're better than me, I get it. No, I recently got a very awkward message from my ex. He sent me one of those you up messages, followed by a, ooh, sorry, that wasn't meant for you. So I cancelled the Uber, you know. No, it's all good. I'm fine. It's just an honour to be nominated. Meryl Streep was in that category. It was hard. It was really hard. But we weren't like a very good fit. Like I find that he liked to drink and he was unemployed, which is kind of like my thing. It's what I like to bring to the table. I'm like, get your own personality. And another thing is we weren't very compatible in the bedroom. Like I find he always wanted to role play, which is fine. Like, I'm not here to kink shame, but when I role play, I really commit to the character. Like, I come up with a whole backstory. He'd be like, oh, why don't you dress up as like a sexy nurse or like a sexy schoolgirl? And I'd be like, oh, I can be a washed-up 1940s actress who's got an addiction to morphine and fur coats. And I say things like, I'm not the pretty young thing I used to be. He'd be like, give us a sexy dance, babe. I'd be like, hold on, let me just get my tap shoes. You like that, big boy? You like that? He did not. He didn't. But I went on a date recently with a guy who defined himself as a rescuer. Have you guys ever heard of this term, rescuer? I thought he was a healthcare professional. I get there, I ask him, he goes, oh, being a rescuer, it means that I love to save the women that I date. And I'm sitting there like, this poor guy, you know? He's treating dating like he's flipping houses. Like each woman's like a dilapidated piece of real estate. He walks in, he's like, oh, knock down that kitchen. Get rid of those pillars. Like just replace it with a 20-year-old who loves Xbox and sucking dick. Like it's just... He's doing God's work, truly. And still confused, I asked him, I was like, okay, so like being a rescuer, what's your like favourite, what's your usual type? And he goes, oh, not to sound weird, but I like women who are vulnerable but somewhat independent. And I imagined in that moment, like his dream woman was out there somewhere, you know, just like stuck in a burning building, but also like paid off her HECS debt. Like it's just like, no sense. Like I don't want to hang too much, you know, crap on him because I'm not the easiest person to date either. Like I find initially in a relationship, like I'll hide a lot of my flaws, but I'll leave like a few little Easter eggs out, you know, like a little trail. Dating me is very much like an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Week 7, there's like a big twist. She's a demon. No. But I was at a wedding recently, and I'm not at that point yet where a lot of my friends are getting married because I'm 25. Oh my God, freeze your eggs. And no, I've got time. And but no, I was at this wedding and I find like, it's always like, I find like with my friend, like it's never, when you're at that age of 25, like it's always like a wedding from the burbs, isn't it? It's never like, you know, a city wedding. It's always like a wedding from Mudgee, isn't it, you know? Like I find like the oldest bride to ever get married in Mudgee has to be 23 and even then they're like, yeah, geriatric, like her life was over. But I'm at this wedding and we hadn't yet met the groom. We only knew the bride, Sarah. We only knew the bride, never met the groom. We only knew 2 things about the groom, that his name was Caden and that he was a life coach. I didn't say anything yet. But I was like genuinely impressed that he was a life coach. Like, that's pretty cool because it means he's given up on both psychology and CrossFit. He's found like a middle ground. And after the ceremony, like, it was a really beautiful ceremony. I'm there with my aunt. The bride, Sarah, she comes up to us and she goes, "Oh, what do you guys think of Caden?" And my aunt, who cannot lie, just goes, "It's too late to ask us that. You should have asked us months ago when we could have stopped this." I'm going to do one last thing and then I'll get out of here. I find that when you tell people that you do stand-up comedy, apart from hearing the word "sad woman clown," people usually say, "Oh, you do stand-up comedy. I've got some material for you." So I thought I'd put it to the test. These are real audience suggestions. These are from, like, randoms, Uber drivers. This is the first one. Ready? You ready? "Why don't you tell the story of how my wife cheated on me with my twin brother, but say it in a funny way?" This one just says ISIS, ? Just tackle ISIS. Sure. "Just steal some jokes from Eddie Murphy's Raw. No one will know unless they've seen it." This one's from my aunt. "You could read out my ex-husband's Facebook statuses." So I pulled up a few of them. April 13, 4:15. "Where are my keys?" April 13, 4:25. "Don't worry, I found them." I know you were worried for a second. "You can sleep at night, sir. It's okay." And here it takes a little bit of a turn, and I'll see if you can spot it in his status. "There was no Cold War in reality. It was just a cover for two allies to build super advanced militaries to prepare for the alien invasion. North Korea doesn't exist. It's just a paper site off the paper testing ground to build super advanced weapons and technology." And here I think he's mistaken Facebook for Google Maps because he's just written KFC near me. You guys have been lovely. Thank you so much.
Make some noise for Charisa Bossinakis, everyone. And please keep that going.